I think we have 106 days to go, and I think we will feel every one of them. But when you talk about the populations that have to be engaged, you mentioned young people, and I know Gen Z and their enthusiasm for these candidates on both parties has been a concern because up until 24 hours ago, you had upper 70s, lower 80s ages for these candidates.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what we've seen out of Gen Z? And I'll tee this up for you. We had the singer Charlie XCX tweeting Kamala is brat in a reference to Brat Summer, and Gen Z Twitter seemed to explode as a result. So what's your take on millennials and Gen Z who are now perhaps coalescing around Kamala Harris?
Yeah, this had absolutely generationally been, if you looked at any polls, the lack of enthusiasm, the folks saying, like, I just might not turn out at all, right? There was a real concern amongst younger generations because they were looking at these two old men. They didn't feel any connection with them. And then on the issues, right, there were concerns about Joe Biden and was he progressive enough? Obviously, the issue of Israel and Palestine, right, is a big issue. That will continue to be an issue for Kamala Harris. That does not go away, especially with these young generations. But I think anytime you can see a kind of engagement with the more pop culture aspect of this generation, as you're seeing with the Charlie XCX piece, then you have a whole swath of young voters who now start paying attention. And that's an endorsement in and of itself from a very different kind of part of the world that could really benefit Kamala Harris in just generating enthusiasm. Again, I want to give some credit to young generations of voters, especially Gen Z voters are critical and they're thoughtful and they're engaged. They're some of the most active in politics outside of kind of voting, right? Like, they've been protesting for a long time. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to just accept that and vote for Kamala Harris because a famous singer, tweeted. But they may pay more attention, right? They may start to say, like, well, maybe I should give her a second look. And I think that's where that's an upsell for a younger candidate, a more diverse candidate. And absolutely, in this case, I think it also is related to being a woman candidate. Absolutely.